Forget the smiling, singing Disney hero. Forget the muscle-bound do-gooder who always saves the day. We need to talk about the real Hercules, the one who looked at the heavens and saw not divine glory, but a pantheon of cosmic bullies. This is the story of the day Hercules snapped. Picture this. The 12 labors are done. The Nemean lion is a rug, the Hydra is a historical footnote, and Cerberus is back guarding the underworld, probably with a few new chew toys. Hercules stands on a hillside, looking down at the world of mortals. He sees them praying, sacrificing, and still suffering. Plagues, famines, petty wars orchestrated by bored gods. He'd slain monsters of flesh and fang, but the true monsters, the ones pulling the strings from their golden thrones on Olympus, they were still there. I killed their beasts, he thinks, clenching his fists, the leather of his gauntlets creaking. But Olympus just keeps creating more. A bitter laugh escapes his lips. He'd been their divine janitor, cleaning up messes they made. For what? A pat on the head? A seat among the very beings who treated humanity like a personal ant farm? That was the moment the hero died, and something far more dangerous was born. He stops answering prayers. He stops saving damsels from sea monsters. Instead, he starts walking among the people, not as a savior, but as a recruiter. He finds the farmers whose crops were withered by a spiteful Demeter, the sailors whose ships were sunk by a temperamental Poseidon, the soldiers sent to die in wars sparked by the vanity of Ares and Aphrodite. To each of them he offers not comfort, but a question. Are you tired of being a pawn in their game? They begin to flock to him, an army of the forgotten and the wronged. They don't call him a demigod anymore. They call him the mortal Titan. News of this rebellion travels fast. On Olympus, Zeus is incandescent with rage. The throne room trembles as his voice booms. Ungrateful boy, I gave you strength. I gave you immortality. How dare he turn my gifts against me? Down below, Hercules hears the thunder and just smirks. He looks at the thousands gathered around him and shouts for all to hear. He gave me strength? No, he gave me trauma and a lion costume. The crowd roars. The rebellion has begun. Their first target isn't a city or a kingdom. It's Olympus itself. He leads his mortal army up the sacred mountain, a path no mortal has ever dared to tread. The air crackles with divine energy, trying to repel them, but Hercules, fueled by a lifetime of righteous fury, acts as a living shield. He storms the gates of Olympus, not with a roar, but with a chilling silence. His first act? Tearing down the golden statues of the gods, monuments to their own arrogance. He smashes the statue of Hera, the goddess who tormented him from birth. He shatters the marble likeness of Apollo, who watched mortals suffer with poetic detachment. He frees the tortured souls chained in celestial prisons, like Prometheus, who gives him a knowing, grateful nod. The gods, shocked out of their immortal complacency, finally react. Poseidon, enraged at the sacrilege, sends colossal tidal waves crashing towards the mortal world. But Hercules, standing on the edge of Olympus, simply rips a mountain from its foundation and hurls it into the sea, parting the waves and creating a new island in a single defiant act. Ares, the god of war, is actually thrilled. Finally, he bellows, strapping on his helmet, some real action. He charges Hercules, his spear glowing with murderous energy. But Hercules doesn't fight like a brawler anymore. He fights with the precision of a general and the conviction of a revolutionary. He disarms Ares not with brute force, but by turning the god's own reckless rage against him, trapping him under a collapsed temple colonnade. Even Hades, lord of the underworld, materializes from the shadows, not to fight, but to reason. You don't understand, nephew, he says, his voice a calm whisper amidst the chaos. The system, the divine order, it maintains balance. Without us, the cosmos will unravel. Hercules turns to face him, his eyes burning with an intensity that makes even the god of the dead take a step back. The system is broken, Hercules declares, so I'm going to rebuild it. Seeing their individual efforts fail, The gods finally do something they haven't done in eons. They unite. Zeus, Poseidon, Hera, Apollo, Artemis. The full might of the pantheon descends upon the lone demigod. But Hercules doesn't fight them with hate. He fights with purpose. He's not there to destroy them for revenge. He's there to end their reign for the sake of humanity. He's fighting for the right of mortals to control their own fate, to succeed or fail on their own terms, free from divine meddling. The battle is cataclysmic. Skies tear open. The foundations of reality tremble. One by one the gods fall, not dead, but defeated, their power broken, their symbols of authority shattered. Finally, only two remain, standing amidst the ruins of their celestial home. Hercules and Zeus, the son and the father. Lightning, raw and untamed, cracks around Zeus, illuminating the pain and fury in his ancient eyes. He looks at the man his son has become, covered in golden ichor and mortal dust, standing as his equal. In a voice that is barely a whisper, filled with a sorrow deeper than the cosmos, Zeus says, "You've become the monster you always hated." A slow, tired smile spreads across Hercules' face. It's not a smile of triumph, but of grim acceptance. "No, father," he replies, his voice steady and clear. "I became the one thing you always feared." Zeus raises his hand for one last ultimate thunderbolt. At the same moment, Hercules raises his. Thunder strikes. The screen goes white. The age of gods is over. And down below, the world finally takes its first, quiet breath of freedom. If you enjoy exploring the darker, untold versions of our most legendary myths, make sure you subscribe to our channel. You won't want to miss what we uncover next. Thanks for watching.